The 5-second rule. Contrary to what instantly comes to mind when you hear about the 5-second rule, Mel Robbins' version is not about picking up the last piece of chip off the carpet within 5 seconds so that no bacteria could disrupt your appetite, or at least not limited to that. Robbins is a prominent motivational speaker and a CNN commentator, aside from being a best-selling author of, you guessed it, The 5-Second Rule, and other self-help books. What makes her effective is the fact that she herself was able to win the fight against anxiety, alcoholism, relationship problems, and business downfall. The whole idea of her masterpiece is to act courageously to ensure success, to act within 5 seconds. Oftentimes we hesitate too much, to the point that we let opportunities pass. In the 17 chapters of the aforementioned book, Robbins was able to reiterate how exactly should we run our lives. The first chapter starts with implying how we should slowly change our decision-making patterns and shorten the process into 5 seconds. Believe it or not, she says we are only a single choice away from having a better life, which is why we should stop thinking and start acting in courage. Chapters 2 and 3 build up on the initial idea by stating that we should physically move or our brains will stop us. This applies to when we suddenly feel the rush of going about a specific goal that we previously set. You remember that you want to be more fit? Count 5 seconds and rise up from the seat to go for a jog at the local park. You want to have a night out on the weekdays, but you have tasks yet to do. Count 5 seconds and start working on those. Let the rush flow through your body and guide your actions. Chapters 4 and 5 elaborates on how the brain should not be too involved when we are faced with a choice. It can make us feel all sorts of emotions that can inhibit our drive to start moving, even in simple reminders of our tiredness or fears. Robbins claims that hesitations are the go signals that we are looking for. These mark the need for us to take control over our actions rather than indulging ourselves in overthinking that delay our successes. Of course, not using the brain does not imply that we should not carefully consider the risks of our actions, but rather breaking free from those thoughts, because only when we do this can we truly live to the fullest. You wouldn't want to live in fear to the point that you remain stagnant with nothing to do, right? Rule your mind before it rules you. The remaining chapters still focus on how we should not get distracted by intrusive thoughts of the weather condition, your energy level, or anything else. According to Robbins, research shows that open office spaces mess with our drive because we are constantly disturbed by push notifications or our colleagues' questions. What should help account for this is to plan how many hours exactly you will allot for work. Set your end time, and when the alarm rings, count 5 seconds and finish up. Procrastination is also apparently a product of our fear to face the biggest stressors of life. So we should again, in 5 seconds, do what our future selves are instructing us to do. Start the job instead of yawning on it. Beat the fear and focus on what you will experience when you surpass it. It is guaranteed that you will thank yourself for what joyous experiences your quick actions can bring to your lives. Towards the end of the book, Robbins discussed about passion. She stated that there are 3 steps to it. Start exploring, build momentum, and have the courage to commit. Begin with taking a class that you find interesting, which will bring you certification. This certification will then help you engage in enriching conversations in which you can build connections for smaller and bigger opportunities. In 5 seconds, take part of the privilege given to you and then commit yourself to it. In the last chapter, the author took the 5-second rule and applied it to the context of relationships. According to her, nothing important should be left unsaid. It might hurt your partner in the short term, but it will help you salvage your relationship until the end. Intimacy takes courage. 5 seconds after telling the truth, talk it out. This way, you can develop a real connection with no damaging secrets that can take a toll in both you and your special someone's happiness. So what are you waiting for? Stop thinking too much and just do it.